Welcome, let's go straight for business. So, MISTWEAVER Monk intentions, stats. Main, most important, haste. Pump the haste to the heavens. Secondary stat, critical strike. And then you can start with 0, but mastery ideally 0 is doing something, but we are healing mostly from our damage and mastery is not increasing our damage. It's working a little bit with our damage now, but you know, it's not our preferred way to heal. It's just not worth it over other stats. And with versatility is on the bottom, but definitely haste first, then critical, then versatility, then mastery. In the case you feel you are healing so much, then you can switching some critical, maybe a little haste too, into versatility to increase your survival a little. Haste up to 20,000, critical about 10,000, and then rest versatility, what you can pump there. Moving on talents, so if you want exactly same talents, import link will be in the description. Some notable changes you can choose, I mark it so I don't forget it. So most important change you can do after you go pushing hierarchies, or you start feeling comfortable with the monk, that you know what's happening, you know what to click, so you don't need to think about your healing, your damage. Then you can start thinking about your defensive, because this is a way better choice. It's 60% defensive, but just for magic. So definitely on hierarchies, or when you feel comfortable with monk, go for it. If you are just learning, or you don't want to bother on lower keys, just go for Euron's Grace. Like I'm playing still Euron's Grace, I'm just going plus 10s, and I just don't want to bother with the other one. It will protect you from some damage. It's somewhere here. Euron's Grace, 25 millions of shield. Not great, not terrible, but you don't need to think about it, so I prefer just chill without it. Other thing, like you have paralysis, remove, enrage. If you don't need it, you don't need it. It's great if you don't have some druids, hunters or others that can suit. So this is fine, like Green Battle, you have some enemies that are stacking quite fast and it hurts tanks a lot. So there are situations this is worth it, but otherwise you can use this talent anywhere. It's fine to go to leg sweep, and also if you don't need more movement speed, you can also take talents from here. You can also increase your dodge chance. This is great if for some reason you got some ninja pull or something. This will probably, it's 90% chance to dodge, but it's just for melee attacks, so in ideal world you don't need it. But sometimes if you take some aggro or something came from the back and it's always going for healer, it's fine. So up to you. And the right tree, you have one loose talent. So I prefer this Spirit Abyss, but with last updates in the last patch we got quite nice buff. And it finally feels we are doing enough healing from damage. We are doing a lot of healing from damage. This is Green Battle. Green Battle 10 or 11? 10. So you can see my healing from damage. It's 44.1% of my healing. So it's huge part. So we don't need to compensate. Before the patch it was much lower. It was almost the same like Gas of Mist, and other healers was much more important. It's not like other heals are not healing. I just didn't need to use them. If I use them, my cooldowns and everything, yes, I would heal more from them. But I didn't need to. So I didn't click it. Maybe I didn't use Revival? One cast. I casted Revival once. That's how much I didn't need it, because I was just healing so much from damage already. So this is compensating you are not healing enough from damage. And I really love this talent. Should be alright. I still like it. This is my preference, but if you don't have the same opinion as me and you want to just burst through this healing bursts with your damage and plus add some other cooldowns, it's fine. Like from start it was really needed because we didn't heal enough from damage, but now it's much better than ever before. So this one will allow you to start casting Soothing Mist and start pumping with those Vivifies and Enveloping Mists. And this is great way to heal, a little bit cost of mana, but we have many systems of mana. True Mana Tea is giving you so much, it's almost always ready. So it's usable. If not, then you can choose this talent to place it like for Cocoon, 80% stronger, great for single target, or saving somebody's life, or just increase your stats with Thunder Focus Tea. Myself, I'm still going for it. Even I'm not using it that much, but I feel safe if I have it. So I guess I should switch it. In right mind, I should switch it because I don't use it that much. Let's move on priorities, gameplay, rotation, however you want to call it. So our topmost priority, it's spreading our Renew Mist on the whole group. There is many mechanics behind Renew Mist. It's healing decently on its own. Well, not here because it's overhealed 70% almost, but you can see potential. It's another 100 millions that was just sitting there. But there is many other mechanics about Renewing Mist, why it's important to spread it not just by pure healing from this ability. So Renewing Mist is healing over time effect. That's the simplest thing to explain. The other thing, a huge part of it, that when we apply Renewing Mist for next 8 seconds, it's increasing your healing to the target by 50%. Because it's not a raid, just dungeon, you have this many times on the required targets because it's just 5 of you, so the chance to have it active when you need to heal somebody right now, it's huge. So this is massive increase to your healing, and you are always applying new ones because you are kicking, they're applying new Renewing Mists, so this is a huge increase for your healing. Other thing with Renewing Mist is if you are healing with Vivify, you are healing all targets with Renewing Mist. And then we have also Zen Pulse. That is doing basically the same thing as Invigorating Mist. It's just different mechanic. A little bit more about it later. But the Zen Pulse buff, it's proccing from healing of Renew Mist. So if you want Zen Pulse, you have this HOTS applied. Another thing is what I already mentioned a little. Rising Sun Kick and Enveloping Mist will apply another Renew Mist for just 6 seconds instead of 20. But it doesn't matter, because you will get that 8 seconds long 50% increase healing. So this is very potent. And also you are extending, with kicking, you are extending all healing over effects by 4 seconds. So mainly this Renewing Mist. That's why it's so easy to have Renewing Mist on the whole group. So usually keep your Renewing Mist off the cooldown and just keep spreading it through the whole group. Ideally between packs or when there's some downtime, because when you need to heal right now, it's quite late to start spraying Renew Mist. But usually between packs I will keep 2 HOTS there, and then I will start kicking in the combat and will extend it. It's really easy to keep it almost on everyone. Also when the Renew Mist overheal, it's jumping on a nearby ally who is injured and of course doesn't have Renew Mist already. If it's have already, it's not jumping. So usually at least 3 people should have all the time, and then when you are like close to something you need to heal a lot, then make sure you apply more. But it's so easy to just keep it non-stop on all the groups. That's why we want this shiny trinket on monks, because we always have some healing periodic that keeping your 20 stacks non-stop active. Alright, that's enough about Renew Mist. So let's move on to priority 2, which is huge fun, and it's quite a new thing coming to us with Dispatch. So our Crackling Jade Lightning that is doing nothing. But after we drink Thunder Focus Tea, what will happen? Increase our next Crackling Jade Lightning damage by 800%. That's 800% increased damage. So it's actually start doing damage. And it's chaining to 4 additional allies. Or allies, what I'm saying, enemies. That means it's hitting 5 targets, and its damage is increased by 800%. That's massive, massive damage. Your damage overall as Monk Healer wasn't that big before. now our third of our damage is just Crackling Jade Lightning. A huge part. And what is even more fun now, that our Ancient Teachings, or rather our healing from damage, is also healing from Crackling Jade Lightning. And that's why our healing from damage went sky high now with the monkeys. So we want to click Thunder Focus Tea almost on cooldown, even more if you are playing this talent. It's making Thunder Focus Tea even better. So Thunder Focus Tea is improving our next ability. We ideally want to use it in dungeons for Renewing Mist or Enveloping Mist. Renewing Mist if everything is chill, because it's increased duration of your Renewing Mist by 10 seconds. So if you are using on cooldown, just use it with Renew Mist if there is not something specific to heal. In case somebody needs to save or you need to heal a lot right now, then just use it with Invoking Mist. It will make it instant cast and it heals some more heal on initial. Well, some heal on initial, not more, because it's healing over time, not on initial regrowth, let's say, or riptide. So yes, Thunder Focus Tea on cooldown. Then we are getting buff for Jade Empowerment. This buff, it's forever. Doesn't have duration. When you click it, you can see there is no duration. It's forever. It will reset on the start of the dungeon, so don't bother prepare. When dungeon starts, you will lose these stacks. And it's stacking up to 2. That's also nice, because you can store one. Usually, I don't use it much on single target. Of course, you want to use it when you are standing in a stomp. I put stomp quite low in priorities, but because it's something that you should prepare when it's chill, and also not when you need to heal right now. Similar like a Renew Mist. More about the stomp a little bit later, but yes, when you want to heal from damage, so this is healing from damage, you definitely want to use stomp, and you have that Jadefire teaching that is increasing your healing from damage by additional 160%. So that's massive. Without it, 33%. So together it's 190% healing from your damage. So when you are blasting this lightning, yes, you want to have this buff. So on multiple targets, even 2 targets, it's hardly worth it more than just your other kicking abilities to heal from your damage. On single target, on the paper is doing a little bit better damage. You will still need to channel it for 2.3 seconds with my haste right now. It's quite long channel. Well, long channel for monk that have most spells instants and you have 20,000 haste. But on paper it should heal a little bit more, but it's not true that much, because when you are kicking, you have other mechanics that you are applying new renewing mists. So that's 50% increase healing, you are extending HOTS, that will helping you, also healing a little bit after you kick. After you kick, also you have some gas of mist, and when using target spawn, you have time to spawn Xuan, and then that will give you Strength of the Black Ox buff. So it's not just pure healing and damage wise when you're doing that. So single target, just don't worth it. It's not worth it. In the case you have problem to be on melee, like there is some mechanic happening around the boss or something like that, you can cast lightning, it's fine, because you are on the range and you have nothing to do. So when like some mechanic that the boss will believe, or like Stonewall, he's doing circle around himself and you have nothing else to kick, then sure, go for the lightning. But if you have choice between melee kicks and ranged, choose melee kicks and skip this lightning on single target. Alright, moving on, third priority, and it's instant Vivify plus Zen Pulse. It's not something big, not some huge pump, but it's something will happen when I click. So Zen Pulse, about 140 hits, and Vivify cast 37. So you can see, not massive percentage of my healing, but it's something you have a Renew Miss anyway, because you want those buffs. Zen Pulse will proc. So Zen Pulse have chance to proc from healing of Renew Mists. And also after you use Standard Focus Tea, then you get the Zen Pulse buff too. It's stacking up to 2, same as your lightning, and it's also giving you my tea as the lightning. So Standard Focus Tea on cooldown is important. So this is 2 ways how to get Zen Pulse proc. And Zen Pulse is basically almost the same thing as Invoke Mist. It's just healing everyone who got a Renewing Mist. It's just healing a little bit more in this case. But this Vivify we can cast anytime, so basically the same thing. So every 10 seconds, it's Vivacious Vivification, it's called. I hope I said it correctly. Every 10 seconds your next Vivify becomes instant and its healing is increased by 20%. So not only like occasional spot heal, you can use 20% stronger even, but it's also instant, and it will proc Zen Pulse when you have up. So if you have Zen Pulse buff up, somebody is lower, you have a Renewing Mist applied, you click it at instant Vivify, easy heal. Nothing huge, but also it costed you almost nothing. Alright, moving on, then we have Sheilun's Gift. I usually categorize stuff like that in cooldowns, but won't have few abilities that doesn't have cooldowns. Almost everything with Monk have cooldowns, so I'm mixing a little bit in priorities and not putting everything just to cooldowns. So we have here Sheilun's Gift. So Sheilun's Gift is healing 5 targets, quite decent amount, not as huge as before, previous DLC, but it's still really good heal. How we are getting charges for Sheilun's Gift? We are generating 1 charge every 4 seconds in combat. So not all the time you need to be in combat. But it's up to 10 stacks, and that means it's fully regenerated after 40 seconds. Ideally you want to cast it with full stacks, of course, but if you have at least, let's say, at least 7 stacks, you can just go for it. Of course it will be weaker, but sure, if you need it right now for some nice AoE, go for it. Before it was healing so much, it was even worth for strong single target. Now, we have other better means than that, because it's not as strong as before, but it's still a really good ability. And a little bit extra with Sheilun's Gift is our Heart of the Jade Semperant, so consuming 20 stacks of Sheilun's Gift, so let's say twice we cast it with 10 stacks, you'll get Yulon to your side, and he'll be reducing your cooldowns for Rising Sun Key, Renewing Mist, Life Cocoon, and Thunder Focus Tea by 75% for 8 seconds. So that is quite nice addition to that Sheilun's Gift ability. So yes, anytime you need to heal some AoE, Sheilun's Gift is first to go. It's very simple and very short cooldown on its power. It's very short cooldowns if you compare it how much it's healing. Once again, I didn't cast it 8 times because I was healing so much from damage. I didn't need it. Alright, moving on once again. So this is, let's say, special priority. We are skipping this if everything is fine and we are healing enough from damage. This is like inserted here if you really need to balance your heals. And it's Soothing Mist with Vivify on Enveloping Mist, or all of them together. So when you really need to focus someone and you don't have any help of any cooldowns, this is what we are doing. So usually when we need to focus single target, Cocoon, bam, huge shield, they are happy. It's 3.1 million now, and you can improve it by 80%, so it can be really massive shield, bam. Everybody is happy. On AoE, you can click Sheilun's Gift, you can click Celestial Conduit, you can click Revival, everybody is full, and you can increase your damage healing with Invoke Chi-Ji, Red Crane. So if we don't have this means, we are moving on Soothing Mist plus Vivify and Enveloping Mist. So ideally this we don't want to happen. It's something like casting heals with Holy Paladin. We don't want to do this, but when we need to, it's a great thing to do. Well, much better thing to do than Holy Paladin cast heals. They are healing nothing. So, bad comparison, but a little bit similar. It's something you don't want to get pushed to it. So you want to prevent with other abilities to not use this Soothing Mist and Vivify and Enveloping Mist with it. But when we need to, let's go for it. So, it's great for AoE, it's great for single target. Much better for single target. If somebody really need to be focused, like Green Battle adds before the last boss, you have Corruption and they are just stocking that one target and it's hurting a lot. And of course you don't have like Cocoon or Celestial Conduit is also good for single target. You apply Renewing Mist if it doesn't have, to get that 50% healing increase from you. Then you start casting Soothing Mist. And when you are casting Soothing Mist, your Vivify and Enveloping Mist, it's instant. If you are playing also with this talent, then you can change targets. If you don't play it, then do this mostly when you need to heal single target. So you are applying this increased healing, Soothing Mist, then it's instant. Enveloping Mist is increasing healing, taking additional 40%. So it's 50% from your Renewing Mist, it's 40% from your Enveloping Mist, and then you just blast with Vivifies as much as you can, and there is no way some single target will die when you're doing this. It's so much healing there, so much healing he's getting. It just takes a little bit longer to set up, but after you do this 3 clicks and start casting Vivifies, he's completely safe. There is no way he's dying. He can die, but from insta-kill. I don't see other means. So while this is happening, it's also you are proccing This is healing on same target. It's not big heal when you're counting a single target, but sure. Then it's healing also a little bit more because you have mastery. So there is some extra healing. Yeah, I have just 1,500 and this is healing for 70,000. So every single target, or rather every ability will heal more on its initial target. It's many abilities, but not everything. I don't want to get deeper into it, because mastery is not something you really want to think about. But yeah, if I have increased healing to the renewing miss targets, and also it's healing through mastery. So the additional, and when you have that increase 50 and 40% healing, it's massive heal. If it's happening some AoEs, you can switch targets, not in next to dummy, whatever. So if you want to heal multiple targets, if you have more time to prepare for that burst damage, so it's not happening right now, then you can prepare some enveloping mist before, and then you're just spamming Vivify, and that is also nicely healing through invigorating mists, because I'm assuming your renewing mist is applied already. So you will prepare some enveloping mist, click, 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 and then just spam Vivify. If you need to heal right now, in this very few seconds, so somebody don't die, just start spamming Vivifies, because enveloping mist is something rather you want to prepare before it happens. Depends, you know, if the damage will end. If it won't end, it will be next 10 seconds too, then of course do some enveloping mist. So this AoE you can skip if you don't play piece, because it's much worse for you. But still, if somebody's dying more than others, you can focus them and start blasting them Vivifies, and the Vivify will be then healing other targets too, and you will keep that one lower targets healthy. So a little bit here, if you don't need to blast as much, or we don't even play that talent, piece, it's a huge part of your strength, is Strength of the Black Ox. So after Xuan assists you, so you always getting two guys together. If you spam Xuan, you are getting this Ox buff. So when can Xuan spawn? If you click Tiger Spawn or you cast Vivify. Doesn't need to be critical, it's just chance to spam it. He will scratch 222,000 damage right now with my gear, and 200% of that will be heal, so 400,000, 450. It's quite decent heal. It's happening automatically. It's not massive. 27 millions, 40% overheal. So it's not something massive, but it's happening. We are in knowledge, it's fine, it's passive. That's what we like. And then it's giving you always Strength of the Black Ox buff that is decreasing cast time of Enveloping Mist by 50% and grants Absorb Shield to 5 nearby allies by 3% of your maximum health. So if you just want to improve your healing a little, you don't want to cast any Soothing Mist, if you have this buff, just click some Enveloping Mist here and there. It will increase that healing by a lot. It will spawn new Renewing Mist that will increase healing maybe even on same target by 50%. And that shields are quite nice too. Do I have them? Oh, also 30 millions. This is quite not great way to show, because that dungeon I've been in was quite chill. I didn't need to extinguish any fires. It was quite smooth. So with the Strength of the Black Ox, just click Enveloping Mist anytime you feel somebody will need more healing than just your damage, like healing from your damage. Alright, moving on. I put Jadefire Stomp here, because in theory you didn't need to use it until now, if we are not counting that lightning. But lightning is quite huge, so you should have it prepared. But when you are not using the lightning, you didn't need that stomp before. So what is that? It's Jadefire Stomp, it's nice splash on the ground, and many things is happening with it. So let's start. When you click it, frontal, and it's dealing damage to everyone hit, and it's dealing healing to everybody hit. It's decreasing after 5 targets, so on huge AoE damage you won't do much. But let's see if you're healing from it. Where is it? Everything is green. Oh, Jadefire Stomp over here. You overheal because you are not using this specifically for heal. You are using this to enable other mechanics to happen. And it's decent damage too. It's really decent damage. So it's 32 millions for something that you mostly plan to do for healing. It's definitely nice damage. It's not doing a lot. Of course, if you can hit your friendlies with it, sure. But what you focus on is for you to stand in it. So yes, you want to hit your group ideally and hit enemies ideally, but also think how group will be moving, or like possibly be kiting or something like that, because you want to stand in it. If you are standing in it, you have this Awakening Jadefire buff, and for 8 seconds if you leave it, but if you return, you get it back, so you can leave it for this buff a little, so you don't need to be 100% on time on it. So what we are getting from this buff, we have more chance to reset it, so I didn't mention it, but if you are fighting inside, then you have 6% to reset its cooldown by your abilities, and this buff is increasing that chance by 100%, so it's 12 then. That's really great. Target spawn strike twice, important. More about it later. Why? Blackout kicks strike additional 2 targets for 70% effectiveness. Another massive time, and your spinning crank kick heals 3 nearby allies for 110 of the damage done. It's fine. It's not that great as other heals, but sure. So if you are just rotating, you need to have many targets. This buff is fine. If we are healing from damage, there are other kicks. We want to have also Jadefire teachings. This buff doesn't matter where you are standing. It's just 15 seconds after you use Jadefire Stomp. So it got cooldown 15 seconds. If you use it on cooldown, even without reset, you always have this Ancient Teachings buff. But of course, you want to have both. And what is Ancient Teachings buff doing? It's basically improving your healing from damage, so it's increasing that healing from damage another 160%. So our default is 30%, this is another 160, in together 190. And also it's increasing your stamina by 5%, so great to keep it on cooldown, so we have that survival. And one last step there with this ability is after we use it, it's down over here. I should mention it with taunts too. You can choose the inner compass if you want. This is more passive, this is more active. So after you cast it, your next Rising Sun kick is improved by 30% or Vivify by 50%. So that's why it's also quite important to do that Vivify every 10 seconds, because it's improved another 50%, 20% from here, 50% from here, and also can activate examples and mastering blah blah blah, so that occasional instant Vivify is quite a nice thing to do. Otherwise, you will just consume it with your Rising Sun kick that is increased by 30%. If you prefer to have some increased stats, just go for it. People are like 50-50 on these talents. I tried this one and I started liking it, but before I played with just increased stats, it's completely fine. It's absolutely fine. Any of them you will choose. So, alright, we have this Jadefire Stomp. I put it lower priority, but you want to squeeze it sooner. You want to squeeze it when you don't need to heal right now. Or like you have charge of this extra lightning damage. So I guess we can think about this in priority here. We can think about this like priority 2 or 1. So it's just really important ability to keep up. But you don't want to time it when you need to heal right now. I think that's the best way to explain it. It's important to have it when damage comes, but don't use it when you need to heal, because then it's lost over time. So you want to manage your cooldowns, or activation of these like Renew Mist and Jadefire Stomp should be already prepared when some huge damage hits. Alright, let's move on my last priority, and it's our damage. So we are doing damage to heal from it. And now I don't mean that special lightning what we get from Thunder Focus Tea. That's a huge part of it, but it's something we can do once every 30 seconds or every minute if you have 2 stacks already. So this, your kicks, what I mean is Rising Sun kick, Blackout kick, Tiger Spawn, and Spinning Crane kick. These 4 abilities. Spinning Crane kick we are using when there is many targets. And Rising Sun kick, Blackout kick, and Tiger Spawn, and it's less than many. What is exactly number where it's better to do like single target rotation or AoE rotation, I call it this way. It's hard to try. sadly we don't have target dummies, like there is 1 enemy, 2 enemies, 3 enemies, 4 enemies, 5 enemies, up to, I don't know, 25 enemies to try exactly where is the cutout. This is better for damage, and this is also better for healing if you do it from this many targets. So I think of number like 8, and I think that's decent number. If you have 8 plus, just be a helicopter. If you have less, then do kicks. But I cannot be sure on this number. Maybe it's higher, maybe it's lower, probably not lower. If I would guess, I would guess higher. But once again, hard to exactly try that this is doing a little more. Exactly, this is the cutout. So let's just talk about them, what we are doing there, and then let's compare it so you can think on yourself if you want to do this type or other type of healing. So let's say single target, or not so many targets. We are using Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, and Tiger Spam. So of course we want to have both buffs. We want to have Ancient Teachings. Never mind, Jadefire, they changed the name again. They changed the names of Monk abilities so many times in the last years. Alright, Awakening, Jadefire, and other is Jadefire Teachings. You want to have both, then you are healing this way. Then you are moving to your actual kicking, so most priority is Rising Sun Kick, because it had most damage, and it got extra mechanics, like his extending duration of health is healing a little bit everyone that have Renewing Mist, is applying new Renewing Mist, that is also increasing healing by 50%, and it's also kicking 2 Gusts of Mist that will heal 2 allies, so there is another mechanic for it. So not only it's doing nice damage, not only it will heal a lot from it, but there is many other mechanics that is counting that you are kicking this Rising Sun Kick, and those other mechanics are much better with it, mainly that extend duration of health, because extending Renewing Mist and Enveloping Mist is huge. So yes, Rising Sun Kick is topmost priority. Then we have second priority is Blackout Kick, but with buff of Tiger Spam. So we usually use Tiger Spam before. What is Tiger Spam doing? After you hit enemy with Tiger Spam, it will make your Blackout Kick be casted additional time. This can stack up to 4 stacks. If you have shiny blue buff, like in Jadefire, your Tiger Spam is striking twice. That means it will be 2 abilities, that means you will get 2 stacks at the same time. So for 1 Tiger Spam, you are already using 2 additional Blackout Kicks, so it's 3 of them instead of 1. So without buff, definitely go for Tiger Spam first. But with the buff, after you use Tiger Spam, then your Blackout Kick is multiplied, and it's much more worth it. Also worth it for your time, or worth it or everything else. And then you click Blackout Kick, and that have 20% chance to reset the cooldown of your Rising Sun Kick. So I will show you in action. So I start doing damage. I made Stomp first, so I have all the buffs. So I did them. I have 2 stacks. It's Teaching of Mastery. I can do stacks up to 4. If you have Sun Rising Kick, I'll just click it anytime it's ready. Then Blackout Kick, and it resets the Rising Sun Kick once again. Now I don't have buff, so Tiger Spam and Blackout Kick didn't reset it, so again Tiger Spam, Blackout Kick, and go. When to use twice Tiger Spam in a row? So the difference is if you click it always twice in a row, you will save a little bit time because you will have more Blackout Kicks. But if Blackout Kick will reset your Rising Sun Kick, that is a little bit more important. It's better to just click once, get resetted Rising Sun Kick, and click Rising Sun Kick. So they're quite similar if you click it twice or once. Like twice before you do Blackout Kick, or once and Blackout Kick and then Rising Sun Kick. But what is a huge difference is if Rising Sun Kick is almost ready to be used, so it's not fresh on a cooldown, not 9 seconds, but let's say 3 seconds, and don't use Blackout Kick, because if you reset cooldown now of the Rising Sun Kick, you will just reset 2 seconds, whatever. So just use it twice in a row. Well, I didn't have buff, so it was just 2 buffs, 2 stacks instead of 4. So just use it twice in a row if it's fresh cooldown. If it's not, if it's just used, that is just used, I prefer to just do one target spam and it's usually resetted, and then I can just kick with the Rising Sun Kick again and do the million abilities or mechanics that is happening around it. So in case I don't get reset, but it's not happening, I'm always getting. It's not coincidence. This is. Please show me. Show me once. I lose my buff. It's still resetted. Please RNG. This is. Okay. No. I'm losing it. See? And that's why I'm mostly using target spam just once, because it's when you have at least 3 targets, because Blackout Kick is hitting 3 targets, it's usually resetted and it's better to just click this Rising Sun Kick. In any case, it wouldn't proc, I would use target spam twice because it will be almost ready from cooldown, then I would use the Rising Sun Kick, and then I would follow Blackout Kick with 4 stacks. I would probably also reset Rising Sun Kick. So RNG was not on my side, but at least nice proof that I prefer to just click one target spam because I almost always reset that Rising Sun Kick. And let's see. That's boss. This damage, like Blackout Kick will do a little bit more damage, but the Blackout Kick doesn't have these million other mechanics, so once again, not applying new enemies, not extending duration, not healing everyone, and not kicking to Ghost of Mist, so even that Blackout Kick is doing more damage in overall, so would be worth it to cast it 4 times extra. It's not because Rising Sun Kick have much more mechanics around it. Oh, I was not looking forward to do this, guys. Monk is always exhausting, mainly in dungeons because you have so many mechanics and synergies. Alright, let's finish this. So, once or twice target spam, whatever you want, most priority, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick when you have buff, target spam to get that buff, and also target spam, same as Vivify, have chance to spawn like Suen, that will heal, do damage, and also gives you buff Strength of the Black Ox. So everything is just working together with everything else. A little bit more about Blackout Kick. So it's casting multiple times with target spam, and also when you're hitting 2 additional targets, the game is counting that 2 additional targets, each target as new ability. So in the case you have 2 stacks, then you hit Blackout Kick, you are hitting 3 targets 3 times, because it's 1 cast is original, and then 2 extra casts from buff, and then it's always hitting 3 targets, so it's 9 targets together. And game is counting this as you click ability 9 times. That's why I had so huge chance to get a resetted Rising Sun Kick, and it was proccing so much, because it was 20%. It was 20% rolled 9 times. 20% rolled once, yeah, you don't see that many resets. But this 20% is rolled 9 times, and that is much higher chance to proc it. So just for you to understand, it's counting as specific ability. Every hit is not counting as same ability, it's counting as one new specific unique ability. Will be more important when I'll be talking about Chi-Ji. So let's go on huge packs. So we also do stumps, and now we don't care about Jadefire teachings. It can disappear, but you are healing only from standing in it. So it's Awaken and Jadefire. And this lasts a little bit longer than 15 seconds. See that patch on the floor, it's still there, and I have the buff. So you don't need to reuse it as often, but it's fine if you do, because, you know, 5% health, and also do some damage healing, blah blah blah. But sure, it's fine. And then you start rotating, and that's it. And this time is easy and simple. And you see, pumping nice damage. Now the comparison, what is sad with spinning cranking, damage is not that good, so you need a lot of targets for it to be worth it. But beyond 5 targets is reducing its damage, but it's still increasing per target, but it's, you know, it's not something crazy. So what's the difference between these two, like single target or AoE rotation for damage? Not talking about lightnings, that's quite a special thing. Is when you're doing that single target rotation, you have all the mechanics about Rising Sun Kick. You have also much more chance to reset Jadefire Stomp, because it's that 12% chance. But as Blackout Kick is counting as it's multiple abilities, not just multiple hits of same ability. That 12% chance is huge, so it has much higher chance to reset it. But again, it's not that huge deal to cast a Jadefire Stomp that often. But it's something extra. So yeah, Rising Sun Kick, just once again for fast. New Renew Mist, that is also increasing healing, healing everyone. Renew Mist for very little and extending duration of hots, massive. And also kicking 2 Gods of Mist, what is healing 2 targets. Then what do we have extra? It's Tiger Spawn, that is spawning Arxuan, that will do damage healing, and also giving you Black Ox. So you have additional mechanics for it. With the Spinning Crane Kick, you don't have that much. You have just Refreshing Jade Wind and Spinning Crane Kick have chance to cause Chi-Ji. Kind of stack of Mana Tea, we have good mana, and a Rush to 5 hours, healing them a little. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever proc it because I never used Spinning Crane Kick once. Oh, it's here! So you can see it did 100 hits. Also, I proc it a lot. Well, 20 times. But it's even mostly overheal, so no big deal. So even if you compare exactly how much damage they are doing, or how much healing they are doing on its own, there is still like much more mechanics about this single target rotation. That's why you need a lot of targets to start just spinning and be happy with it. It's not like we never use that AoE, but you need a lot of targets. Before it was like 4 targets and you was spinning already, even 3. Now, no, you need more. Alright, enough priorities. We still have a lot of cooldowns to go through. Monk have a lot of mechanics, but a little summary of priorities to have a little bit more together. To think about this as a whole part. So, Renew Mist, first priority, because we want to have these hots. They are doing a lot of stuff, not only it's healing, but allowing us to heal with other abilities too. Second priority, let's say Stomp. If you really need that buff, if you don't need that Stomp buff, it's Thunder Focus Tea and collecting Jade Lightning. So Thunder Focus Tea always on cooldown. I guess it should be priority 2 and Lightning priority 3. But when you have Lightning and you have 5 targets, absolutely massive. Maybe I can show you how much I can heal with it. Sadly, it's not working on target dummies. But I did one cast. It's 6.7 millions and 190% of this damage is going to heal. So this is 13 million heal. For 2 seconds, 13 million heal. That means 6 million health per second. Yes, huge priority. Alright, so we have that Renew Mist, Thunder Focus Tea on cooldown, Stomp when we need it, and Lightning when we have targets because it's massive. Then we are using an instant Vivify, ideally with Zen Pulse. If you just don't have Zen Pulse, sure, if somebody is lower than others, you can just click it. And Vivify on its own have quite nice healing. Then we are using Sheilun's Gift because it's a really short cooldown. So first, notable AoE damage to the group, Sheilun's Gift is going as a first. Then, if we really need to blast some healing, we are doing this combo with Soothing Mist and Open Mist Vivify. We can use it also for AoE, we are playing down for it. If not, it's very good way to heal a single target. So, but we can skip it if our damage healing is enough, or healing from damage. And then we are just doing that single target on AoE rotation, like 3 kicks here, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick. Okay, target spam is not kick, it's spam. Or on many targets, Spinning Crane Kick, or of course you want to have buffs from Jadefire Stomp when doing this healing. Alright, let's go on cooldowns because there is still a massive one. So let's start with the worst. It's our Chi-Ji. There is so many mechanics. I'll try to be quite short. Let's see if I can manage. So, you use Chi-Ji. What will happen? Everybody from your group will get shield. This amount, it's I think 700,000 by default. 782 with my gear right now. So, quite decent shield for everyone. Then, every kick you will use, our Chi-Ji is out. It's kicking Gust of Mist. It's just like special Chi-Ji Gust of Mist, but It's basically the same thing. It's even counting as healing in the same thing. It's here. You see, this is the shields from it, so it's decent amount. So this is Gods of Mist from Chi-Ji. I didn't use them much. I'm just not using it on cooldown. It's 1 minute, so definitely much higher on hierarchy. Then I need to heal more. So this is that Gods of Mist, specific for Chi-Ji, and it's kicking this for 2 targets every time you use kick ability. Which one is kick? Spinning crane kick, rising sun kick, and blackout kick. So no target spam. And if you remember what I was talking about blackout kick, that it's counting as specific ability and not as multiple hits of same ability, you can guess if you have Chi-Ji and then you click once, target spam, and then blackout kick, that will hit 9 targets. This will count as 9 kicks. So suddenly that heal that should be with my gear 65,000 to 2 targets, it should be just 65 multiplied by 2. It will be multiplied by 9 additional. So 65,000 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 2. That's 18 hits for 65,000. And that's suddenly a big heal. It's getting close to 2 millions, if not 2 millions. So this is massive way to heal. What is required though for this is you need 3 targets. Because if you don't have targets, extra targets for blackout kick is not counting. It needs to hit something. So this Chi-Ji is worth it more when you have multiple targets. Best at least 3. 2 is fine still. 1 is not that great. Well, you can heal with other mechanics in that case. So yes, Chi-Ji, massive tool. I didn't use them because I was healing enough from my damage. That's the reason. So it was quite low overall total healing from it in my run. So yeah, we want to keep doing that. If you have 3 targets, you don't even need to bother to click Rising Sun Kick, because with target spam, blackout kick, target spam, blackout kick, target spam, blackout kick, you will heal everything. In a case you have just 1 target, then you need to think about another mechanics of Chi-Ji, is that every time you use kick, not only you will kick that Gods of Mist on 2 targets, but also you're getting buff, and that's making Enveloping Mist 33% faster cast and 33% cheaper on mana. And it's stacking up to 3. So guess what? If you have a full 3, it's not 99, it's actually 100. It's costing no mana. So if you have Chi-Ji out, and I will do blackout kick, that's already hitting 3 targets, just 1 blackout kick, bam. And I have a full stack, let's see, it's 100, so it's 33.33333 periodic. And my next Enveloping Mist, it's instant and costing 0 mana. Enveloping Mist is quite expensive, so this is great. So if you have just 1 target, this is more important. If you have AoE, I usually do this just once, because there is another mechanic. If you use Enveloping Mist with a Chi-Ji, he will use Breath on 5 targets, that is healing a little. You can extend this. Hot, also with kick. And it's increasing your healing to the targets by 10%. So you want to cast at least 1 Enveloping Mist, even if you have 3 targets, just to get a 10% increase healing, and also it will heal a lot. Well, something, not a lot. So if you have just 1 target, then it's fine to use target spam, use blackout kick, that will be casted then 3 times. There is no other target, so that will be counting as 3 hits anyway, like 3 casts of kicks. So not much healing from Chi-Ji, Gods of Mist. But you will get 3 stacks, then you use it on instant Enveloping Mist, that is also free, and then you extend it with Rising Sun Kick, and then you go again target spam, then you go blackout kick, you have instant one, you apply on 1 target. It's not that easy to reset Rising Sun Kick, so you don't kick it as often, but yeah, you apply more Enveloping Mist if you don't have 3 targets, or at least 2 targets. So usually on bosses, more Enveloping Mist cast, on Thresh, more target spam with blackout kick, that will be healing in massive numbers. Oh, Monk have so much. Alright, so short story about Chi-Ji. Use often. It's 1 minute cooldown only. If you have many targets, Blackout Kick is our king, absolutely massive kick. If you have less targets, more enveloping mists. And then one additional thing, when you apply it, when you spawn it, everybody get nice decent shield. Alright, now easier cooldowns. Very simple and easy cooldowns. Life Cocoon, big shield, 3 millions without talent, 80% more, massive shield on single target. Go for it. Perfection. To save somebody's life, or to, instead of healing on single target, or just on tank. I usually use it on tank before he pulls. Another one, we have Revival. It's basically same use as Sheilun's gift, it's just much longer cooldown, but it's instant. And is dispelling all magic, poison and disease. So let's say City of Threats, second boss, that is spawning those icicles that quite hurts. You can dispel everyone with this. Or you can dispel affix with the shields. You click Revival, it's same as mass dispel basically. With extra steps because poison and disease too. So really think about it also dispelling, but it's a huge part of the ability. But yes, it's same situation use as Sheilun's gift. It's just a longer cooldown, so if you have Sheilun's gift, use that one instead. Well, of course, these spells are a different situation, but you got it. You can understand it. You got it. Alright, then we have Celestial Conduit, so our new toy with hero talents. And it's channel, and it's healing a lot, so with my gear 4.5 million. Into 5 injured allies, it's splitting, so not 4.5 million to everyone. So it's similar healing as Revival, but if only one target is injured, same as healing for more damage. That's one thing I forgot to mention. If you are using Spinning Crane Kick, it's healing 3 targets for 110% of his damage. If you're using these kicks, they are healing everyone, but it's split, well, everyone, 5 targets, and it's split amongst them. Injured. So this kicking is also better for single target, because this is always, Spinning Crane Kick is always healing 3 targets. So same as that healing from kicks, this is also healing all injured targets. So it can be really strong single target, but everybody else need to be on 100%. So for example, if there is some trash that is hurting just the tank, and there is no abilities to your group, you can just use whole his healing to strong single target heal. It's doing also some damage, but it's not important, it's tiny amount. Let's check. I almost didn't use it, I just cast it 5 times. Everything what I healed was mostly from damage. It was enough. And the thing is, you can move by your channeling, and you have also increased movement speed by 70%, so you are a fast boy. So you don't need to be just waiting break for some damage taken. So bam, you're quite fast, and you can zoom. You can use some abilities with it. I'm not going to dig into, there is some abilities you can use, some abilities you cannot use, because it will cancel it. I'm just telling you it exists. But there is a little bit extra with it, so you can reactivate it. The button is still shiny after you use it. You can reactivate it to spawn every Celestial at the same time, and 200% effectiveness, so it will double. So what will happen when you reactivate it? It will happen on the end of the cast anyway. Only way this is not happening if you cancel that channel. So I usually just double click it, because I just want to use it immediately. When I'm using this, I usually want to heal right now. So I usually double click it for this to happen immediately. It's fine if you wait with it, but sure, why not? Up to you. So at the same time, you get this guy, reducing your cooldowns, but twice as much. This shield for everyone, not only 30% or 30, not only 3%, but 6%. Also strong single target heal, and also this Chi-Ji boy will run around and heal everyone. So another big part of that ability. So yeah, another great way to do AoE. That's why Monk is great for these dungeons, because you have Sheilun, you have Revival, you have Chi-Ji for AoE, you have Celestial Conduit for burst AoE, Lightning is massive AoE burst healing. Of course you need 5 targets for it to be best heal on it. You have Cocoon, you have so many good cooldowns with Monk. And there is a lot of burst, also AoE damage, and Monk is perfect for it. because you have so many tools. Alright, last piece of puzzle with Monk, and that's Mana Tea. So you are getting stack of Mana Tea. Every 250,000 mana you consume. And if you have a critical hit, so this effect can do crit, scaling exactly of your critical chance. So right now it's 19%. So when you're getting one stack of Mana Tea, there is 19% you will get to, well, one extra, so 19% you will get double. So critical is actually even mana sustain for Monk. So great way to stay with mana. And then if you don't have mana, you drink the tea. You get mana back. It's giving you so much. So anytime you have 20 stacks of mana tea you don't want to keep, if you have 20 stacks and you are not full, have a sip. Anytime you need mana, also have a sip. And also, if it's coming some part of the dungeon, some part of the boss ability you need to heal a lot, so expect to spend some mana, you can drink this mana tea before. Of course, ideally, you don't want to have full mana, because then what's the reason to reduce your mana cost, right? And your mana cost will be reduced by 30% for anything you do. And this duration is 1 second per stack of the tea consumed. So you can have, I don't know, 10 seconds, like 10 stacks sips before, and then you have next 10 seconds 30% mana reduced. But we are so good on mana now, you don't need to think about it. Just when you don't have mana, drink tea. It's fine. You have so much. I don't think I ever drinked. I think I bought 80 food and I used one in last 2 months. So yeah, you are good with mana with Monk. You are good. So don't break your head on it. And also we have talent here that is giving us more mana and drinking is faster. Because this is giving you more mana, but we don't need that much. We want to spend less time drinking ideally. So we're playing with that one. So yeah, just don't keep 20 stacks. If you have 20, immediately drink it. Refill your mana. If you have full mana and 20 stacks, don't use it. Who cares? You are good. On the end, I usually do about damage of healers, but we are doing damage to do healing, so it's no reason to talk, because we are using all these abilities apart from one. There is Touch of Death. We want to use Touch of Death on cooldown, even when you overkill it, because of course if you want to use it responsibly so it actually do some decent damage, but it doesn't matter that much because we are going more or less for this buff. After we use Touch of Death, our damage is increased by 5% for 30 seconds. And if we are mostly healing from our damage, that means it's increasing our healing by 5%. So yeah, use it regularly. It's also increasing your healing through that increase of your damage. Alright, that will be everything from me. Monk will be long guide. I already see clock how long I was recording, and I think I won't cut most of the stuff because all this is important information to understand how Monk works. So I think I will keep most of it. Whatever, it will be long guide because it's difficult. It's not that difficult, but it's a lot of knowledge in Monk gameplay. A lot of mechanics happening, so not my fault. Guide is long. It's Monks. So anyway, I said all I wanted. Hopefully, I really believe I said all I wanted and what is important about Monk in dungeons. In a case you want exactly the same guide, just in the text, you can check my Discord link. It's in the description, and I have all the guides in text there. So you can check every single information there. If I'm recording these videos, I'm following that guide, so it's more or less the same thing, same points. Thank you for watching. Think about liking and subscribing. It's helping me a lot, and goodbye.